So isomorphism is one concept that occurs throughout mathematics as a way of defining when one structure, I use that here more broadly than in the context of model theory, but when some kind of a mathematical object is basically the same as another mathematical object, we use the notion of structure, or the notion of an isomorphism. In this subject, when we're talking about sort of model theoretic structures, we have another notion of what it is for two structures to be similar to each other. And so here we define this notion, which we call elementary equivalence. So we say that M is elementarily equivalent to N if and only if they satisfy the same sentences, right? And they have to, of course, be of the same language. So that's one definition. And we will see in a minute that, in fact, it is a weaker notion than isomorphism. That here, the theorem, which I think I'll only prove in the next video, but the theorem is that if two structures are isomorphic, then they are elementarily equivalent, but not necessarily the other way around. So that, that knowing isomorphism provides you a lot of information, so to speak, namely that everything that elementary equivalence does, but that knowing two structures are elementarily equivalent does not necessarily guarantee you that they are isomorphic to each other. So that's what we will see soon enough. For another definition before we get to that, we talk about the full theory of M, which is the set of all sentences M satisfies. And to talk about this full theory of M, we write TH of M. This definition provides another way of stating what it is for two structures to be elementarily equivalent. And that is to say that they have the same theory. Because after all, the theory is the set of all things they satisfy if they satisfy the same sentences. You know, this is kind of a one-by-one way of saying it. For each sentence, one satisfies it if and only if the other one does. This is kind of a taking everything all at once, but they say the same thing, that they satisfy the same sentences. So that's elementary equivalence, and we'll get into the theorem in the next video.